SunTrueMobile.com.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools, patio sets, and more. The clearance event, only at American Sale. Bring the fun home.
The Cubs radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers, rolls on. Time to take a look at who's hot and who's cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911. Plumbing emergency? Call the professionals, available 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. The rotation is hot. Even with injuries and shuffling and pitch counts, the Cubs starters have an ERA of just 3.29 as a unit since the 12th of July, a span of 48 games. That is the best in MLB since that date. Amazing. Meanwhile, the bullpen is cold. Since June 18th, the bullpen ERA is 4.73. That is sixth worst in the league, sponsored, or just below, I should say, the opponent today, the Washington Nationals. The injury report is what's sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute at IPJI.com. For locations and services, Jamison Tyone threw a bullpen today in hopes of coming back to the rotation as soon as this week. Pete Crow Armstrong, he feels good today, says Craig Counsell, after fouling that ball off his right knee and having to leave the game yesterday. Just a knee contusion. Hopefully nothing long-term. There was no update available on Kyle Tucker. Today is the last day to get your Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets with a ginormous current jackpot. Get your ticket now through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. A legend of the broadcast business is doing his final game here today. We talk to him next, right here on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Owen Casey. Pat and Ron call every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're in a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
When you do the math, you choose McGrath.
McGrath Acura of Westmont is one of Chicagoland's premier auto dealers. Zach Zaidman here. It's where I got my car. At McGrath Acura of Westmont, the luxury of Acura meets the McGrath commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. With new models in stock, such as the 2024 Acura MDX and competitive deals, there's no reason not to visit McGrath Acura of Westmont on Ogden Avenue or at AcuraByMcGrath.com.
Let's play ball with Tito's. During today's game, if the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 players, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to Anti-Cruelty Chicago.
The Cubs radio game show, driven by our Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers, rolls on. Let's pause 10 seconds right now for stations to identify themselves right here on The Score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk in the morning on the Mully and Haw Show, 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Bob Carpenter has done baseball games for 42 seasons, 20 of them with the Nationals. And in 3 weeks, his career is done. I walked on down the hall to get the perspective of a giant in the game, the Nationals TV man Bob, as he prepares to step away.
2 years ago when I turned 70, that kind of got my attention. 50, no big deal. 60, no big deal anymore.
Yeah.
70 got my attention. And, I think the last couple of years, I really thought about this, sitting around hotel rooms all day. I love coming to the ballpark. I love doing the games, but the process to get there, I think, is what wears on you. And it just feels like the right time.
So where does this place rank in terms of getting to come here early in the morning, sit here, watch this place come to life, and then do a ball game?
Well, it's at the top of the list. Wrigley's unbelievable. It's hard for me to say what's better, Wrigley or Fenway. I would take Wrigley because, as you well know, part of my background for really the first 20 years of my baseball career was in St. Louis. So, when you're a Cardinal broadcaster and you're coming to Wrigley Field, it's a totally different kind of experience. And I worked for the Texas Rangers in the late 80s and went to Fenway quite a bit. But I've been here a whole lot more than Fenway. This is a great place. So, Wrigley's so special. The booth's tiny. We're kind of crammed in here. You're sitting on a stairway, interviewing me right now. But that's part of the charm of this place.
Yep.
There are some new ballparks that have pretty small visiting TV booths as well.
Yeah.
But there's something special about coming here. And as far as today's game, I'm really glad we won yesterday, because even if the Cubs win today, hey, we got one at Wrigley Field over the weekend.
Yeah.
We're taking our little victories where we can with this young baseball team. But I think over the last 3 innings or so today, I'm going to get a little sentimental as I look out over this field and realize this is my last time here as a broadcaster.
So the other thing that we're both doing today is using your scorebook. I've got the Bob Carpenter scorebook, and you've got the Bob Carpenter scorebook. For anybody who doesn't know, this is an incredible legacy you're leaving to the craft. Are you proud of it? You should be.
I really am, because the whole thing's been organic. And I've had numerous people email me, contact me through the website this summer saying, are you going to take the scorebook off? Is it going away? And I said, no, we're still going to do the book. It's my daughter's side hustle down in Tulsa. My daughter, Katie, she packs the books and ships them. I administrate the thing. It's a little family business. She's got a little side hustle going in addition to her full-time job, because she works out of her house. And, if I shut that thing down, I'd have to deal with her. So we're going to keep it going.
That is the great Bob Carpenter right there on the Cubs pregame show. Today's Tito's Handmade Vodka K9 of the game is Bentley, a 4-year-old Beagle Basset Hound mix from Chicago. If the Cubs strike out 9 players, Tito's will make a $100 donation to Anti-Cruelty Chicago. You'll hear from the manager next as we roll on towards first pitch on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers get $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. TNCs apply. In-app only.
Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for a greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Can you respect the zone? Head to itsnotagameillinois.com to test your skills in our retro arcade game.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Save 20% on Benjamin Moore Regal Select Interior Paint from August 27th through September 8th. Visit your locally owned Benjamin Moore store. Terms and conditions apply.
Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. We're going to go with leadoff man Nico Horner. His .933 OPS against left-handed pitching is far and away the best on the Cubs and good for 12th in all of MLB. A great scene on the field just below us as Craig Counsell and Shota Imanaga caught the first pitches from, respectively, Derek Lee and Sammy Sosa. And as we turn now to the manager's show, it is sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. The skipper was talking about this very interesting time on the calendar. Playoffs on the horizon, but the regular season still playing like the marathon that it is.
We're at 3 weeks. We're at 3 weeks for the regular season. So, the baseball season is, we all know, it's the marathon. It's the ultimate kind of regular season test, I think. I think this point of the season is a little bit of a trap in that it's like you are close, right? But you're also 20 games is also a lot of results. So the best thing that you try to do is kind of just keep your eye on the day to day, and then you're going to wake up and the season's going to be not wake up, but not get caught up in forward thinking, and try to just stay in the day to day. That's what you do, and that's not a great answer for you, but that's what you have to do.
The day-to-day means that today's game matters the most. The pitching matchups are sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Andrew Alvarez for the Nationals called up on September 1st. He threw 5 shutout innings in his first big league start. Gets his second today. He's durable, having thrown more than 120 innings in each of his last 3 minor league seasons. And for the Cubs, it's Drew Pomerantz, likely followed by Colin Ray. For Pomerantz, it's the 4th start of the season, all as an opener, but the 144th of his long career. Coming up next, an anthem. We'll take a look around baseball with the scoreboard as well as we head towards the ball game right here on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs and of accessing the future of innovation. Curious what that means? Well, since March 1999, Invesco QQQ has given investors a way to tap into the NASDAQ 100 in a single ETF. We're talking world-changing breakthroughs that we can't live without today. Gene therapy, telemedicine, AI, EVs, and more. Still curious? Tomorrow's innovation awaits. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Straight Talk presents the math of more. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
The Brewers are already up on the Pirates by the score of 5-0. The Mets up on the Reds 1-0. The Padres play a little bit later on. That's a look around baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It is gonna be great. And in a moment here, we've got God Bless America and the national anthem coming from Nate Klinger and Rose Croup. That's in moments right here on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Enjoy Nate Klinger and Rose Klinger Croup as they honor our nation with God Bless America, followed by our national anthem.
And that was Nate Klinger and Rose Klinger-Krupp right there with God Bless America and the national anthem. Sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Time for baseball. I'm Matt Spiegel. This has been fun as always. Zach Zaidman and Ron Coomer have the call next right here on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field. But with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Save 20% on Benjamin Moore Regal Select Interior Paint from August 27th through September 8th. Visit your locally owned Benjamin Moore store. Terms and conditions apply.
Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. Join Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman, and me for every Cubs game on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
He drives one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Cruz. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run, Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, deep right field. This ball's got a chance. It is gone for a home run.
And if you live in the Chicago area, also on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
They set into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
It's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Gone! 3-run homer, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer.
Yeah, this is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, AARP, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
It's a special Sunday at the Friendly Confines, a Cubs Hall of Fame celebration. Both Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee inducted today as the Cubs get set for the finale of their 3-game series with Washington. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good afternoon to you from beautiful Wrigley Field. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Cubs took game 1 of this series. Nationals took the game yesterday. Today is the rubber match. Left-hander Drew Pomerantz will be the opener for the Cubs, while rookie left-hander Andrew Alvarez starts for Washington. Let's get right to the starting lineup, sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. For interim manager Miguel Cairo's Nationals, a record of 57-84, last place in the National League East. C.J. Abrams is the leadoff man, and he plays shortstop. The designated hitter is James Wood. Riley Adams, the catcher. Dalen Lyle, the cleanup man, plays left. The first baseman is Andres Chaparro. Luis Garcia Jr. is at second. Batting seventh, Brady House, the third baseman. The right fielder is Dylan Cruz, and batting ninth, center fielder Robert Hassel, the third, with left-hander Andrew Alvarez on the hill for the Nats. Meantime, for Craig Counsell's Cubs, a record of 81-61. Second place in the National League Central, 6.5 games behind first place Milwaukee. But the Cubs lead the National League wild card race. They've got a 4-game advantage over the number 2 wild card team, San Diego. Nico Horner, the leadoff man, he plays second. The left fielder is Ian Happ. Seiya Suzuki in right. The cleanup man is catcher Carson Kelly. Carlos Santana at first. The shortstop, Dansby Swanson. The designated hitter, Justin Turner, is the number 7 hitter. Matt Shaw at third, and batting ninth, center fielder Kevin Alcantara. With the veteran Drew Pomerantz, the opener, on the mound to begin things for the Cubs today. First pitch next. Cubs and Nationals on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
BC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yuengling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yuengling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it. Your favorite bar or store. The Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, and on a very, very special Hall of Fame weekend day. We got a gorgeous day. It's fitting for Hall of Fame Sunday here at Wrigley. And now the Cubs need to win a ball game. Now that the festivities are over, Sammy and Derek Lee have both been inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame this morning. Congratulations to them, Z. But now it's back to work, and the Cubs need to win a series and continue this path to October.
Drew Pomerantz takes the mound for the Cubs. The opener in today's ball game. Colin Ray will be what they call the bulk reliever today. C.J. Abrams digs in, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, a slow-moving curveball at the bottom of the zone along the outside edge. 0-1 the count. Pomerantz, 36 years old, making his 4th start of the year. Here's the pitch. Abrams swings and misses. The count is 0-2. Fastball, top of the zone from Pomerantz, who is 2-1 with a 2.40 ERA in 48 games this season. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. He went around, strike 3. And a nice start for Pomerantz and the Cubs as Abrams strikes out, 1 away.
A couple good breaking balls. The last one down. Abrams chases it, tried to check his swing, could not. And Pomerantz gets his first strikeout of the ball game.
So here comes James Wood, the designated hitter. 256, the average, 27 home runs. The pitch is up high for ball 1. First, let's explain why the Cubs are using an opener in today's ball game, Kuhn.
Well, to me, it's one of those things where you've got 2 quality hitters at the top of the lineup.
Wood hits a sky-high fly ball to left, Happ under it, fighting the sun, and he makes the catch sprawling to the ground for out number 2.
Can we have catch of the day be the second ball? Well, Ian's earned it today, and that ball's hit as high as you can hit a baseball. And with the wind blowing and the sun in his face, and you're kind of out there on an island, there's no help. And he, on a ball coming straight down, kind of, he ended up catching it on one knee. So nice play by Ian. And our opener was very appreciative that ball was caught. That's for sure.
Riley Adams looks at a strike from Pomerantz. 0-1 the count. The next pitch is a swing and a tap foul at the plate. 0-2.
But I think to answer your question, I think when you look at certain ball clubs and the way to help your starting pitcher, this ball club, Abrams and Wood right away have 2 good left-handed bats. So now you bring in the left-hander to start the game, and then Ray will probably come in next inning and, pitch, as you said, the bulk of the ball game.
An excellent first inning by the opener, Drew Pomerantz, as he gets Adams to strike out swinging with a knuckle curveball. 1-2-3, top of the first. We head to the last of the first. Cubs and Nationals scoreless on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for great Cubs guests middays 10 a.m. to 2. It's Rahimi and Harris on 670 The Score.
Coom here. Let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste.
From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan, there's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in the Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough as nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If Nico Horner gets a hit, Vinny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Bottom of the first inning here at Wrigley Field, the finale of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Nationals. We're scoreless after a half inning. Left-hander Andrew Alvarez works his motion and deals, and Nico looks at a ball low, a fastball that missed. Alvarez is 26 years old, 6'3", 215 pounds. This is his second big league appearance. Here's the 1-0, and that's in there for a strike, a slider that spins in at the bottom of the zone, 1-1 the count. Alvarez won his major league debut last Monday against Miami. 5 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Horner on the year hitting at .290 with 6 home runs, 56 RBIs. Lefty-righty matchup and the pitch. Nico swings, and it's a high fly ball, shallow left. Coming in, Lyle. He's under it and makes the catch. Horner's retired, 1 away. Gorgeous afternoon here at the friendly confines. 65 degrees, partly cloudy, although much more sun than clouds. A light wind blowing in, so the conditions different from that standpoint than the first couple of games of this series. The Game Time Temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. Ian Happ digs in, switch hitter batting from the right side. Alvarez starts him off with a slider off the outside for ball 1. What should we know about Andrew Alvarez?
Now, Alvarez is a guy, not a hard thrower. He's going to be, somewhere around that 90 to 92 range with the fastball is what we've seen. A little running fastball, likes his slider. He's going to throw it a lot. And the curveball doesn't look much different than the slider. But in his first outing in the big leagues, he used it a lot, and that was effective. So, he has good command of that breaking ball, and that's the pitch that Ian just saw, a little backdoor hook that he has in his back pocket against the righty. That is his pitch, and that's what he got his punch-outs with in his first big league start.
So 2-1 the count. Happ waits, Alvarez deals, and that's a called strike. Curveball, it spun into the zone about belt high on the outer half, 2-2.
For Cubs hitters, if he's in the game, the right-handers are going to have to be ready for that pitch.
Happ swings, lines one to center. Right there, Hassel, he makes the catch. 2 away.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. And a speed gun, as always, is sponsored by Xfinity. Get seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Seiya Suzuki will dig in. 2 down, last of the first. Cubs and Nationals are scoreless. Seiya on the year, hitting at .244, 27 home runs, 89 RBIs. Alvarez deals, and Seiya swings and misses at a slider. 0-1 the count. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com as Seiya swings and misses at a fastball. 0-2. Andres Chaparro playing first for the Nationals. Luis Garcia Jr. at second. The shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Brady House at third. The pitch. That's low. 1-2 as Alvarez misses with a curveball. Dalen Lyle is in left. Robert Hassel playing center. Shading Suzuki just a tick the other way toward right center. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2 the count on Seiya. Dylan Cruz is playing right field, and Riley Adams is the catcher. Why are you laughing?
Because Adams whiffed on the catch. And because he took one off the shin guard.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not a good way to get your pitcher more pitches. I can promise you that.
Here comes the 2-2. That's way outside. Full count. Seiya trying to get going here. He's hitting .222 over his last 7 games. He's 2 for 8 in this series. Has just 1 home run over his last 30 games. Now the payoff pitch. Fouled out of play off to the right second deck. They'll do it again.
Seiya got a good pitch to hit. That last pitch just underneath it, fouled it back. And that's what happens when you're not going great. The swing breaks down just a little. You get your pitch and you foul it off. You don't put it in play.
Seiya just gets a piece of a curveball and fouls it at the plate. 3-2 the count. Cubs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue pinstripes, the iconic Cubs logo on the front left part of the jersey. Blue numerals and lettering on the back outlined in red. Blue batting helmets with C on the front. Alvarez, high leg kick and pitch. Seiya swings, and it's a high fly ball to right. It's playable for Cruz. Now comes in and makes the catch. Cubs go down in order here in the first. Scoreless after 1. Cubs and Nats on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. Trusted by homeowners on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, they can give your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. They also know how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
At 19 weeks pregnant, I found out my blood was attacking my baby. I'm Ellen, and my team said her only chance at survival was a rare procedure.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, the team at Northwestern Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic treats high-risk pregnancies from across Chicagoland. They performed an unprecedented 5 in utero blood transfusions to ensure Ellen and her baby had a compatible blood type.
Today, my baby is healthy and full of life.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Car accident? Call D&W right now. Slip and fall? Call D&W right now. Any accident at all? Call D&W Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Our second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. The sun is shining at Wrigley Field, and a new pitcher is here for Zach Zaidman.
Nice to have Matt Spiegel aboard today. Will join us in the 5th inning throughout the game as well. And did a great job in the pregame show. You'll hear him in the postgame show. Our engineer this afternoon is Nick Hepner, helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. Cubs have a new pitcher on the mound, the bulk reliever, Colin Ray. The right-hander deals. Dalen Lyle swings, lines one to left. Happ comes in and makes the catch about cap high for out number 1.
Now, Ray coming into ball game, he's been a starter for the Cubs almost all year long. And, you know, it's just one of those rare games where they wanted to use an opener. And I always wonder how that affects the guy who's been starting all year in his routine. But guess we will find out. But Colin Ray has done an excellent job for the Cubs through the year that he has been a Cub. It's been pretty remarkable being signed as a guy, Z, as that ball's foul off to the right, signed as a guy who was 6th or 7th starter and kind of that swing guy. Right away at the beginning of the year, he got injected into the rotation and has done a great job.
Andres Chaparro looks at a ball low, so the count is 1-1. You're absolutely right when it comes to Colin Ray. He's been one of the unsung heroes for the Cubs this season when Justin Steele went down with his season-ending injury. Here's the 1-1. Chaparro takes a strike on the outside corner. Fastball from Ray, 1-2. Ray stepped into the rotation for the injured Steele, and essentially he's been a starter all year long, even though he's the bulk reliever today. He's done a bang-up job. Here comes the 1-2. Call, strike 3. Slider that nipped the bottom portion of the zone on the inner half. Chaparro's retired, 2 away.
Yeah, the Cubs ball club is in position to be a playoff team because of guys like Ray. Him and Matthew Boyd, I think when you look at guys that have been signed going into this year as older veteran players that you need to do well, they got to be at the top of the list of guys that have really helped this group get as many wins as they've got so far.
Luis Garcia Jr. looks at a strike on the inside corner from Ray, 0-1. Ray, 35 years old, 6'5", 200 pounds. He's 10-6 this season with the Cubs with a 4.30 ERA. And the 0-1. Garcia takes another strike, fastball out knee-high on the outer half, 0-2. 28 games for Ray this season, 24 of them starts, 1 save. He's got plenty of experience over the course of his career coming out of the pen or starting. The 0-2. This is fouled over our heads out of play. So the count remains 0-2. Now, Ray's had a little bit of some issues lately. 4 innings last Monday against Atlanta, 3 runs on 5 hits. He walked 3 in that game. Also struck out 3. And before that, had a rough outing in San Francisco. The pitch is tapped foul at the plate by Garcia. 0-2.
And for Ray, you know, at the end of the day, he has to have good command, and that's been his forte in his entire big league career. And if he loses a little bit of that in the middle of the plate, that can be a problem. But that's like that for every guy in the big leagues for the most part.
Ray deals. Garcia swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a splitter. As the Nationals go down in order here in the top of the second. Middle 2, no score. Cubs and Washington on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on a network you can count on. Slide it into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply. Struggling with plumbing problems? Plumbers 911 is your trusted solution with licensed plumbing professionals available 24/7 for any plumbing emergency. From repairs, leaks, sump pumps, and more, Plumbers 911 connects you with plumbers that do it right the first time. Call now at 1-833-PLUM-911.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
On Friday, September 12th, the Cubs take on the Rays at 1:20 p.m. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans, 21 and older. Cubs bleachers will receive a Cubs vintage tee in the Budweiser bleachers presented by Budweiser. Be here for it. Here's Zach.
Good stuff, Speaks. Thank you. Carson Kelly looks at a strike at the top of the zone from Andrew Alvarez to begin the bottom half of the second inning. Cubs and Nationals are scoreless. The next pitch is low for a ball, 1-1 the count. Should remind you that pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Drew Pomerantz was the opener, a 1-2-3 first. Colin Ray now pitching for the Cubs. He had a 1-2-3 top of the second. Kelly swings, line drive, deep left center. This may go. It's gone. Carson Kelly puts the Cubs ahead 1-0 here in the second inning for Kelly. That's his 15th home run of the year.
Now Carson gets this pitch, middle of the plate and down. And this is just a line drive. This looks like a 2-iron coming off the bat. Just the only line drive bullet, the only question, was it going to stay up high enough to make it to the bleachers, or was it going to hit the wall? And it did not come down, and it just climbs into about the second row. Big swing in the bat for Kelly.
Exit velocity 106 miles per hour on that shot by Kelly. A 384-foot drive to left center. Cubs up 1-0. Carlos Santana at the plate. 1-1 the count as Alvarez misses with a curveball low. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength. That's anything but ordinary. Alvarez deals. Santana looks at strike two. A curveball that floats into the zone. 1-2 strikes.
That last pitch that Santana just took, it's a lot of the plate, but it's outer half. It's a backdoor breaking ball, and the Cubs right-handed hitters are going to have to hit that pitch here in the early going.
Santana swings and fouls it back. That was another one of those curveballs from Alvarez.
Pitch. Yep, that's his best pitch. And for a young guy, he has very good command of it. He can start it out off the plate and bring it back. The key is letting that ball get deep enough to where you're not out in front trying to hit it. You've got to let that ball carry to the front edge of home plate to hit it.
Lefty-righty matchup with Santana. A switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Alvarez. 1-2 the count. Santana calls time, steps out of the box. Wind blowing in at the moment here at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. Here comes the 1-2. A ground ball pulled on the left side, fielded by the third baseman House. His throw across in time to get Santana one away.
Now that's that same breaking ball again. Santana just out in front enough. This is in a good hittable spot. Little slider. But, it's in a good hittable spot. But if you're just pull the trigger a little too soon, your swing starts finishing and you roll over that ground ball. You hit it hard, but he hit it right at the third baseman.
RBIs by Cubs batters, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Dansby Swanson at the plate and looks at a curveball low. 1-0 the count. Carson Kelly beginning the frame with a solo shot to left center. 1-0 Cubs as Swanson takes a strike. Fastball top of the zone. 1-1 the count. Alvarez works on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Another called strike. Fastball on the inside edge. 1-2. Swanson calls time, steps out of the box. We mentioned the Cubs uniforms. Washington wearing road grays, jerseys and pants. Blue lettering, red numerals, two-tone caps, mostly navy blue with red bills. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball hit in the center field. Drifting back Hassel. He's there and makes the catch about belt high for out number 2 as Swanson is retired. It'll bring up the DH, Justin Turner.
Now Cubs have put some balls in play hard. Obviously the home run. But sharply at ground ball to third. Line drive to center. Line drive to left. And you just got to be patient with a guy that has command and is a soft thrower if you're a right-handed hitter.
Justin Turner at the plate. And he looks at a fastball on the outside edge for strike one. Turner, the designated hitter today for the Cubs, batting .213 this season. Alvarez delivers. A curveball that nips the bottom portion of the zone along the outside edge for strike two. The uniform descriptions are sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. That pitch is low. A curveball that missed. 1-2 the count on Turner. I should mention the umpires today. Phil Cuzzy calling balls and strikes. Dan Bellino, the crew chief from Wilmette, is working first. Clint Vondrak at second. And Roselle native Tony Randazzo, the umpire at third. Alvarez deals. Turner looks at another ball low, 2-2 the count.
I think between Cuzzy, Bellino, and Randazzo, they found some good restaurants here in Chicago this weekend. Just wondering.
La Scarola.
I like their chances.
The 2-2 misses low. It's a full count with Turner at the plate.
And I know a couple of them, and I'm sure they did find the good place to go.
If you're here for a weekend, how can you not find a good place to go?
Yeah,
especially those guys.
Yeah, right.
Now the payoff pitch. Turner looks at ball 4, low and outside. A 2-out walk for Turner and the Cubs here in the second. They're up 1-0 over the Nationals.
Little backdoor hook again. Turner did not chase that one, just off the plate away.
Here comes Matt Shaw, hitting at .227 on the year, 11 home runs, 36 RBIs. Shaw, right-handed batter, open stance, uses a toe tap. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. It was a sinking fastball that missed.
Looking at their names, Vondrek just got to get on the program. That's all. he's along for the ride.
Here's the 1-0 delivery to Shaw. He pops it up over our heads. Foul out of play.
Maybe he married in.
It could be, yeah. It's, yeah. Uh-huh.
Turner at first, 2 away here in the last of the second. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. Shaw at the plate with a 1-1 count. Alvarez along set and the pitch. Shaw swings, and it's a pop fly down the right field line, giving Chase Cruz, but this one slices foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a weekend here in Chicago, not just weather-wise, but also here on the north side. Hall of Fame weekend for the Cubs. They had fireworks here at Wrigley Field as Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee were officially inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame. They got the Blue Jackets, saw their plaques out behind left. Now the 1-2. That's in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Adams, so Turner stays at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Shaw.
One of the few sliders down and in that Alvarez has thrown to a right-handed hitter. That's usually the case for most lefties. They like to throw that slider down and into the righty, but he has such good command of the backdoor hook that he goes with that probably 80-20 as opposed to the breaking ball down and in.
Alvarez shakes off Adams. Now they agree on a sign. He deals. Inside to Shaw, who's worked a full count. Shaw's 0 for 6 in the series with a walk, hitting just .211 over his last 7 games with no home runs.
This is where on 3-2, I would be looking for that backdoor hook.
Here comes the pitch. That one misses outside. Went with a fastball.
Yeah, good.
And Shaw draws a walk. So back-to-back walks for the Cubs here in the last of the second with 2 away. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kevin Alcantara.
And I guarantee you Adams was putting down the breaking ball away, and that's what, Alvarez is shaking off, and he has not commanded his fastball really yet in today's ballgame.
Alcantara, right-handed batter. The pitch is inside. 1-0 the count. You see him at the start of this series. I think it was Friday. He came to Wrigley Field. He was wearing, now his nickname is the Jaguar, and he was wearing an outfit that had Jaguar spots on it.
Yeah.
It was something. The 1-0 in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Adams. The runners stay where they are. Turner at second and Shaw at first. So he was wearing a Jaguar-like shirt that was a button down, but it wasn't buttoned. So unbuttoned with no undershirt underneath.
Yeah, kind of a cropped jacket.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's quite an ambitious ensemble.
Yeah.
The 2-0. Alcantara taps it foul up the plate, off to the right, 2-1 the count. Alcantara is 2 for 13 in his big league career. Still looking for his first home run. He's 1 for 3 this year since being called up from Iowa. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That's low.
That's good take. That's that breaking ball we're talking about, that backdoor hook. But that one's is in the perfect location if you're the pitcher, Alvarez. It's just below the zone away, but Alcantara didn't chase it.
The pitch. Chop foul off to the left. 3-2 the count. 1-0 Cubs. Bottom of the second inning. 2 on, 2 out. Wind blowing in. Partly cloudy day. The pitch. The ground ball hit to short. Fielded by Abrams. Running throw to first in time to get Alcantara. And that ends the second inning. Cubs leave 2, but score 1 on the home run by Carson Kelly. 1-0 Cubs after 2. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
One of the best ways to lower the carbon footprint of your business, manufacturing, or industrial facility is with mechanical insulation. Let the Heat and Frost Insulators and Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors perform an energy assessment on your facilities. With a simple energy assessment, they'll show you ways to save money and make your facilities greener. Mechanical insulation creates efficiency and saves money. It often pays for itself in less than a year with energy savings. For a list of skilled Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
Top of the third inning here at Wrigley Field, and the time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. It is 150, 65 degrees, and the wind blowing in. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much, Speaks. Brady House looks at a ball outside from Colin Ray to begin this top of the third. Cubs with a 1-0 lead thanks to Carson Kelly, who smacked a line drive home run to left center field in the second. The next pitch by Ray is fouled back by House. 1-1 the count. We're going to be playing the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Ray works on the first base side of the rubber, sets at the belt, kicks and delivers. House swings, lines one down the right field line, slicing foul out of play. Did I get the festivities started, Coom, in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game? I'm going to go...
Festivities. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's that kind of weekend, right? 33,500. The pitch. House fouls it back. Out of play, second deck. 1-2.
31,000, I'll say.
Speaks, what's your guess?
I'll go 31,750. 31,750.
Now the 1-2. House swings and fouls it away again. Second deck off to the right. Nick Hepner, our engineer today. Nick, what's your guess in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game?
He's got 32,700 and is apparently mute, so I've got it.
I think you're up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to House. Called strike 3. Fastball right at the top of the zone on the outside edge. 1 away. For Ray, that's his 3rd strikeout since coming in the second. The Nationals have struck out 5 times so far here in this ball game. We're in the top of the third. Cubs 1, Nationals nothing. And the batter is Dylan Cruz, the right fielder. The pitch. Spins into the zone for a strike. A slider from Ray, 0-1. Cruz, 23 years old, the second overall pick in 2023 after his college teammate Paul Skeens. And Cruz looks at a strike, slow-moving breaking ball, top of the zone along the outside corner, 0-2. And if you're wondering, college teammate of Paul Skeens, they must have been really good. Yeah, LSU was really good back in 2023. Won the College World Series. Here's the 0-2. Off the outside. A slider that missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Cruz. Ray working quickly. The kick and pitch. Looped into right for a base hit. Nico Horner tried to make the play as he caught the ball on a hop, whirled, and tried to throw a strike to Santana at first. But Cruz with good speed. So he's got a single, the first hit of the game for the Nationals, with 1 down here in the top of the 3rd.
A little soft single, a little inside-out shot. Dumps into short right. Nico actually grabbed this ball and threw to first. Wind blowing in here at Wrigley, so a very different day than the last couple here at Wrigley Field.
Robert Hassel III fouls one back, 0-1. And it definitely changes your mindset as a hitter when you look at those flags blowing in after watching them blow out the last couple of games. Ray a long set with Cruz at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss by Hassel in the hole, 0-2. Cruz has 14 stolen bases, being held on by Santana. Hassel, a left-handed batter. Ray, the right-hander, peers in, gets the sign from Kelly, acknowledges, sets at the belt. Lets the pitch clock run down and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, zipped a 94-mile-per-hour fastball by Hassel. 2 away.
And I think as a hitter, with the comment you made, I don't necessarily agree with that wholeheartedly. At the end of the day, your objective hitting is the same. You just have to change your sights a little bit with the wind blowing in. You can't think you can just elevate the ball on the barrel and think that's going to work on a day like today. The ball's got to be hit on the line like the Kelly home run. That is the most ideal ball you can hit. I don't care what the wind is doing. But if that's your goal time after time and you're not just trying to hit fly balls, Wrigley Field will work out for you. It's the guys that are constantly hitting the high fly ball that really have had their struggles over the last few years.
C.J. Abrams at the plate looks at a ball high after fouling one back. So the count is 1-1.
We can ask the Hall of Famer her next inning and see what he thinks. Derek Lee's hit a few balls out of the ballpark here in this ballpark, so we'll find out with him next inning.
He's in the back of our booth wearing that blue Cubs Hall of Fame jacket. That's pretty neat.
Speaks is buying him a coffee right now. He'll be good to go here in a second.
Throw to first and diving back in safely is Cruz.
Best coffee we got up here, Coon.
That's right. Best and only.
1-0 Cubs, 2 away, a man at first. C.J. Abrams waits for the 1-1 delivery. Ray deals. And that's a called strike. Slow-moving backdoor curveball that hit the outside portion of the plate right along the bottom of the zone. 1-2 the count on Abrams, who struck out swinging to begin the ball game. Cruz goes, the pitch, high, throw to second, is in time. Tag applied by Swanson, an excellent throw by Carson Kelly. Cruz nailed, trying to steal second. That's out number 3. Before we send it to a break, let's see if interim manager Miguel Cairo decides to challenge. He will not, and that ends the top of the 3rd. Middle 3, Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Nationals. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Fall is a time for football, falling leaves, cozy fires, and of course, a fresh haircut at Great Clips. Whether you want a whole new look for the season or just a trim on a cut you already love, the skilled stylists at your local Great Clips salon are ready to bring it to life for less. With convenient online check-in, you can stop in whenever it works for you. And with the affordable prices at Great Clips, you'll save money for fall fun too. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut for fall at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
FinishingChicago.com for the industry's best drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, signage, and painting contractors. Rely on FinishingChicago.com.
Bottom three at Wrigley. Cubs leading the Nationals 1-0 alongside Ron Coomer. Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Nico Horner in the box, and he looks at a slider for a strike from Andrew Alvarez. 0-1. We're so pleased to be joined by one of the members of the 2025 Cubs class of the Hall of Fame here at Wrigley Field, Derek Lee. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much. It's been a great weekend.
Been a long weekend, a lot of celebrating. Started Thursday, right, at the event.
Started Thursday.
Right.
Crushed it as the MC.
Didn't he?
Raised a lot. Crushed it. I think he missed his calling.
Yeah, he was a pretty good pitcher, but he's got a third career.
I'm
This
telling
broadcasting
you,
things
Ron,
too.
he crushed it. He raised. I think they made like a couple $1 million.
I was laughing. I didn't get. I said hi to him during the event, but you didn't get to see him after because I had to be on the air at 8:00 the next morning. I'm like, guys, I'm checking out. I gotta go. Peace out. This guy's got to go home. And but I talked to him this morning here down before you guys got inducted in the Hall of Fame. He was great. But congratulations to you, buddy, and your family. Very, very fun, very cool weekend, and to see you down there. That's a pretty good group you're with of Cubs.
Oh, man. It's surreal to be standing next to the Hawk and Fergie and Billy Williams. Like, come on, going in with Sammy. I don't even really know if it's sank in all the way yet,
right.
But to share the moment with my family, my former teammates,
right.
It's just been a really cool deal. And, the Cubs do it the right way also.
Yeah.
So it's been very special.
I know when you sign here, because you played in Miami first, and I was in Minnesota. And when you come here and you meet Fergie, you meet Billy, and all these guys you're like, these are the names we grew up hearing about. And now you're in a blue jacket right next to them. That is a really cool thing. Just to sit and talk with them is special, but you're the same level with them now for life here at Wrigley.
I don't know about same level, but we got the same. That's why I told Billy. I was like, Billy, I got the same coat.
Here comes the 1-2 by Alvarez. Fouls it away. 1-2 the count. Nico Horner, by the way, grounded out to short to start off the frame. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. As you're making that walk out to get the blue jacket and your name's being announced and the crowd's going bananas, the 1-2 to Happ is grounded past first down the right field line. Bangs off the sidewall. Fielded by Cruz. Happ stops at first. Now Cruz bobbles the ball, and Happ takes second. And the reaction you got from the crowd was a little bit like that when you walked out. What's that like when you're walking out from the dugout to get your jacket as a Cubs Hall of Famer?
My kids have been making fun of me all weekend because I've been very emotional. And so I've been trying to hold it together all weekend. And I walked out and I saw them all standing there, and I'm getting emotional. I can't cry right now, but it was emotional.
Yeah.
It was very cool to see my family, and like you said, all the Hall of Famers out there welcoming me. Just pretty cool.
Single E9, by the way, on that last play as Seiya Suzuki looks at a ball.
But when we sign a pro contract, we don't. You don't play baseball for celebrations like that. You're trying, when you first sign, to hope to get here and survive and play in the big leagues.
And that's what you're doing every day is survival. You know, you literally, you are trying to survive. It's a grind of a season. It's a hard game, So, yeah, Hall of Fame is not on the radar. Any type of Hall of Fame is not on the radar.
Right, you're playing the game, and until you get in the league for 4, 5, 6 years, then all of a sudden you can tell that the guys are really good in our game. You can see who they are and who has that staying power. Right. He was one of them. There is no doubt, playing against you and watching you play and in the way you handled yourself around the ballpark, you always knew you were going to be a star player for a long time in this league, and it worked out that way. And it just did.
I mean, Ron, like you said, it's one thing to get to the big leagues. It's another to stay. Yep. And, you just can't take it for granted. You got to continue to work hard, continue to learn, and, and still at that point, still hope to stay around a little while.
Yeah. Seiya Suzuki flat out, by the way. 2 away. Carson Kelly at the plate, 1-0 the count. The pitch is in there for strike 1-1, the count on Kelly with Happ at second base. Have you had a chance to process, though, what you meant, what the numbers you put up, the career that you had, what it meant for you to be able to get this jacket?
That's another great thing about the weekend. It kind of forces you to stop and look at some of those things and look back, which we're not always good at doing. But, I have taken the time this weekend to kind of take it in and look back. And I've seen some of the numbers and, I'm proud. It does make you proud, and I'm happy. And one of the best things about it is your teammates showing up for you to share the moment.
Can you stay with us for another half inning?
Yes.
Carson Kelly strikes out. That ends the third. Happ stranded at second base. Derek Lee is with us. Cubs with a 1-0 lead as we head to the fourth. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Cade Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini for the Gilkey Window Company. I've been talking about these windows for 25 years. The Gilkey family has been making these windows for 45 years. They make, in my opinion, the best windows and doors you could put in your home. I put them in my home. You can do the same now during their summer special. Get $375 off each window, $1,000 off their really nice patio doors with no money down. Call 888-3-GILKEY. That's 888-3-GILKEY or visit Gilkey.com.
Hey, baseball fans, thinking about a new Subaru this season? Do yourself a favor. Take the short drive north and visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Check out this winning lineup. Outstanding customer service, a vast inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles, the latest incentives, and a laid-back experience you won't find in the city. That's a home run every time. Visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha today or shop whenever you want at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com. They'll light up the scoreboard every time.
It's grilling season. Time to fire it up and share a little grilling wisdom. Step up your grilling game with Hatfield marinated pork tenderloin. Packed with flavor, easy to cook, and perfect for any backyard cookout. Honey garlic teriyaki and savory brown sugar. There's a flavor for everyone. So put some pork on your fork. Visit simplyhatfield.com to find a retail partner near you. Hatfield, better care, better pork.
You'll score big with everyday deals at Suits 2020 in Niles. From men's suits and formal wear to sports and casual wear, 2020. We're more than just amazing suits.
Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago sports on the Rahimi and Harris Show. Middays 10 to 2 on WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Colin Ray deal starts off C.J. Abrams with a strike to begin the top of the fourth. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Nationals. We're joined by Cubs Hall of Famer Derek Lee wearing his Cubby blue jacket here in the booth as Abrams swings, and it's a high fly ball to right. Drifting back Suzuki, angling toward the line. Now he makes the catch for out number one.
You don't miss hitting in days like this, the wind blowing in, but I know you do it blowing out like it has the last few days.
Today's not bad. You can get one out of here today. Still, for September, this is a beautiful day.
Yeah, for September, right? Absolutely. Yeah, coffee every inning is not necessary, right?
Spoken like a true Cub. James Wood at the plate, one down here in the top of the fourth. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Nats. Ray works his motion, and here comes the pitch. That's a called strike, 0-1.
When first phone call you got to say you're going to get the blue jacket, who was that?
Well, it was Big Jim.
Got it.
It was Big Jim. He was calling to get us to the convention, and we weren't going to be able to make it. And you could tell he was kind of he didn't know what to say.
So, wrong answer.
About an hour later, he calls back. He's like, "No, you have to come."
This is one of those things you got to be.
So he broke the news at that point. So talk about in shock. I was just didn't even know what to say. It was pretty cool.
We were talking during the break. You had so many of your former teammates here this weekend to celebrate with you. As Ray deals, Wood swings, grounds one to second, fielded by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. The flip to first in time. 2 away as Wood is retired. 1-0 Cubs here in the fourth. What did it mean as you're looking at your plaque, you're celebrating the whole weekend, and all the guys that you played with, your buddies for life, are here celebrating with you?
Yeah, it's just special. Like I said, an emotional weekend because of that. The relationships you build. We know we're all busy, kids, whatever it is going on. And so to make the time to come out and spend the weekend, it just means so much. And it's been very cool.
Riley Adams at the plate. The count is 1-0 as Ray works his motion and deals. That's a called strike.
Best memory when you come back here to Wrigley?
Oh, that's a good question. Best memory. Outside of coming to the field and, catching a game, we always walk back by where we live.
Yeah.
My oldest or my only son was born there, and just so many memories come back.
Bringing it,
walking through the city, old restaurants you hit, ton of good memories.
All our old friends when you come back to the neighborhoods, right?
Good.
Oh,
nice play.
Leaping, diving, backhanded catch by Matt Shaw along the line.
You
back
just
to
got
third.
D-lead right there.
Hey, that's an out in the books.
Yeah. Congratulations, buddy. Couldn't be happier for you.
Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations, Derek Lee. So happy to have you with us. That is the end of the top of the fourth. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Nats on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the score.
Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Can you respect the zone? Head to itsnotagameillinois.com to test your skills in our retro arcade game.
Okay, guys, be honest. Are you a man who landed a career, built a family, and tackled other big goals, but then realized at some point you stopped having guy friends? You're not the only one. And now 2 organizations in Chicago are teaming up to help. AARP Chicago and Men Living have created a virtual series that invites men 50 and older to meet and create friendships. It's free, virtual, and designed to make it easier for men to connect. It's from 2 to 3 p.m. on September 3rd, 10th, and 24th. For more information and to register, visit aarp.org/IL.
From the warehouse to the work site, Fitzgerald Equipment keeps Illinois and Wisconsin businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring Heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
1-0 Cubs here in the bottom of the fourth. The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. It's the Brewers all over the Pirates by the score of 9-1 as they beat up fireballing rookie Bubba Chandler. Carlos Santana takes a strike, and the count is even at 1-1.
Sorry, I was talking with Sammy and D. Lee back there, and D. Lee goes, get back down there. You got to call the plays. Here's the 1-1 of Santana. Ground ball up the middle, fielded behind second by Garcia. His throw across the body to first in time to get Santana.
We don't need the analyst guy to be down here. He can be back there. The play-by-play guy, job description, means you got to stay in your seat.
And I'm ready to go from the second row as needed. Zach, the Reds are all over the Mets by the score of 3-1. Brandon Sproat, the Mets rookie kid, threw 5 no-hit innings, but then got beat up a little bit in the 6th. The Reds up 3-1. Padres playing later on.
Thank you, Speaks. Now the batter, Dansby Swanson, comes with a 1-0 lead over the Nationals as Swanson looks at a ball up high from Andrew Alvarez.
Speaks, it's been one of them weekends. It's one of them special weekends. You just got to flow with it, right?
I'm telling you, Ron Coomer as a social director is about as impressive as anybody I've ever seen. I've been in the booth with Ed Farmer back in the day.
Oh, no one tops that.
No, you're getting there. You're getting there, Coom.
Alvarez misses in the dirt, 2-0 the count with Swanson at the plate. But man, the stories, behind the scenes with Sammy and D. Lee, 2 of the most popular players to ever put on a Cubs uniform. Now the 2-0 delivery. Swanson swings, and it's a pop fly. Shallow left center, a triumvirate of Nationals in the area, but it's the left fielder Lyle who makes the running catch coming in. 2 away as Swanson is retired.
Little cutter inside to Dansby. Just didn't quite get the head of the bat to it. Just missed.
Interesting hearing Derek Lee talk about the emotions of the day. When he played, you rarely saw emotion from D. Lee. That was one of his strengths, being even-keeled as Justin Turner digs in. Left-hander Alvarez works his motion and deals. Called strike, fastball right down the middle, 0-1.
But it's a different emotion now. It's a culmination of your career kind of flashing in front of you, and getting a jacket with guys that when you signed with the Cubs, you meet Fergie, you meet Billy, you meet Rhino, you meet these people. And, then all of a sudden now you're getting introduced and you're standing next to him with the same blue jacket. It's, it's a different emotion. It really is, yeah.
Turner fouls one off the screen to the right, 1-2 the count with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over Washington. And it was funny hearing D. Lee respond to that topic of conversation with you, saying, yeah, I've got the blue jacket, but I'm not in the same team photograph with those guys. But he is.
He is.
Here comes the 1-2. Foul back by Turner. And that to me is amazing. And it goes to show you the respect that players have for Billy Williams. He was your coach when you were a Cub. But there's a little bit of a tear. You'd agree.
100%. And Billy, I remember people asking me, because I was new to the Cubs, but had been around the league a long time. And, well, who do you think's the best hitter? And I go, well, he's our coach. They go, what? I go, yeah, the first base coach. He's the best hitter we got. And everybody laughed. I go, just look at the numbers. They'll tell you. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Yeah.
2-2 the count on Turner. Alvarez has the glove in front of the face. He faces home plate. Now he whirls and deals. And Turner slams it foul off the netting to the right. Count remains 2-2. Now remember, and you've told this story often, but your first road trip as a Cubs player, and you were set to go to dinner with your teammates, and another Cub Hall of Famer came down the row on the plane and changed the plan.
Yeah, well, he just said, he came to me as the third baseman. We're going to dinner tonight. We're going into Cincy. And I'm like, well, we're supposed to have a team meal. And I'm like, you guys better talk to Sano because I'm not telling Sano no.
Sano won. By the way, strike 3 called on Turner. Sinking fastball, bottom of the zone on the outside edge. And that ends the 4th. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Nationals on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. You bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
Give your walls a beautiful, smooth finish that stands up to daily use. From August 27th through September 8th,
Save 20% on Benjamin Moore Regal Select Interior Paint. The paint trusted for generations for its durability and washability. Shop at your locally owned Benjamin Moore store today and discover why Regal Select is the standard for excellence. Terms and conditions apply. Contact us for details.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
We are coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Matt Spiegel here for the fifth inning alongside Ron Coomer. Cubs leading it 1-0. Top of the fifth. Colin Ray still out there and dealing to the young rookie Dalen Lyle, who's had a very impressive debut season. In a short stint, only played 35 games, but has an OPS over 900 in his time as a National. He leads off the fifth, again, 1-0 Cubs. The pitch from Ray is in there for a strike. Count now 2-1. A whirlwind of a weekend here at Wrigley Field on a Hall of Fame induction weekend. Derek Lee and Sammy Sosa both in our booth within the last 10 minutes. Lyle hits that one to the left side on the ground and through. And he rounds first very, very hard before heading back with a leadoff single. I like the look of that young rookie, Coom.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's going to be part of their core group, with Woods. And they've got a few guys that can play. And, the whole idea of it now is what does the organization do to start putting guys around them, this young core that they have.
Andre Chaparro, the first baseman, steps in. Lyle at first. Colin Ray to deal. Oh, he throws back to first, and that was close. Cubs lead the league with 22 pickoffs. Almost had 23 right there.
Now, Colin Ray is known for having a very good pickoff move. He's got great feet, and that's where the pickoff move starts for a right-hander, is you got to have great footwork and quick ability to pivot quick and then have a short arm swing. He's got both.
No count so far to Chaparro because the only throw has been over towards first. First pitch swung on and hit in the air to short right field. Nico Horner is under and actually comes back in to make that catch for the first out. The first out is brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. I wouldn't have pegged Colin Ray for quick feet, but you're right. Thinking about it, he moves like a cat out there on that pickoff.
Well, the pickoff move is all about your footwork. You have to be able to get your feet pivoted quickly, and then it's a very short arm swing. It's not about running speed, but just the pivot move on the mound. And then having a very short, quick throw, which that one was, but he almost threw it away.
Another pickoff throw there first. He bounced it, but a nice play by Carlos Santana, the 39-year-old who won a Gold Glove at age 38 last year.
Well, Santana, one of those guys that you have confidence throwing the ball over there because Ray threw that ball. That ball should have went down the right field line, and Santana with a great play to keep that ball right where it was at.
First pitch coming to Luis Garcia Jr. from Colin Ray. That one is hit hard in the air towards the gap and to the outfield wall. And the Cubs outfielders raise their hands, but the ball pops back out of the ivy. We'll see if they get the call or not. And it looks like the ground rule double is going to play. Dalen Lyle, who came around to score, headed back towards third. It's going to be men at second and third after a double from Garcia with one out here in the fifth.
So Miguel Cairo, the acting manager, goes out and he's going to argue this, but the call is going to be this. Dan Bellino went out there. The ball goes into the ivy. It disappears and then sticks. And it sticks for 1,001, 1,002, and then rolls out. Well, that is the reason why it's a ground rule double. It did come out. And if the umpires weren't right on that call, that could have been a real problem. But Dan Bellino, I believe, got the call exactly right. Second and third in 1 out. Cubs catch a break because that would have scored a run.
Brady House, now the hitter with first base open. Another swing and a deep fly ball towards right. Seiya goes back and makes the catch, but both runners will advance on the fly ball, and this game is tied at 1 on the sacrifice fly from Brady House.
This little inside fastball. Nice at bat by House to inside out this ball and hit it the other way instead of hitting it right into the Cubs defense. That's set up to get the out at the plate. So good at bat by the young right-handed third baseman. And he ties up the ballgame.
They are not waiting on Colin Ray here in the 5th. That pitch is taken by Dylan Cruz, but the Chaparro pop-out was on the first pitch. The Garcia ground rule double on the first pitch, and the House sac fly as well. What does that tell you about these hitters?
Well, it's two things. And it's about their style of hitting is one, as this pitch is in the dirt. They are very aggressive swinging at the first pitch fastball, and they have all season. Then when you take that and you take a scouting report of the Cubs, and Ray and Boyd being another one yesterday, a lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of fastballs in the first pitch. Between swinging usually and then the scouting report, they're going to be up there hacking. The at-bats don't last much more than 2 or 3 pitches. That's just the way it is.
The 1-1 from Colin Ray is swung on hard and missed by Dylan Cruz. And Cruz, the right fielder for the Nats, steps in now. The count 1-2, 2 down, man on third, and he swings through that one. Colin Ray gets the strikeout, and the Nats are retired, but they do tie the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th, score now tied 1-1 between the Cubs and the Nationals on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi and Harris, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Car accident? Call D&W right now. Slip and fall? Call D&W right now. Any accident at all? Call D&W Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. That said, no pitching change. It remains Andrew Alvarez, the young righty, out here for the 5th inning for the Nationals in a 1-1 game. Matt Shaw takes the first pitch low and inside. This kid Alvarez doesn't throw it hard, but has a lot of control. He's got a second straight pretty good start to begin his big league career.
He does have good command, good left-hander, soft thrower, not very hard, but he has very good command of a backdoor breaking ball. And 2 of them. One is a slider, one's more of a curveball. Not a lot of difference between the 2.
Matt Shaw backs away off of that one, 2-0 the count.
But when you have that in your back pocket that you can go to when you're behind in the count and flip that backdoor hook for a strike, it's a big positive for a young pitcher, and that's what he's been able to do in his last start, and he's also been able to do that today against the Cubs.
He's got 75 pitches here with no outs in the fifth. Shaw hits that one hard and high, but foul off to the left side.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Pretty amazing moment to be in this booth with you, Ron Coomer, when Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee are here together. 2-1 to Shaw is hit high in the air towards left field, playable. Sliding under it is Lyle, the rookie. He makes the catch for one away. Between the top of the fourth and the bottom of the fourth, Cubs promotional team cleaned you and Zach Zaidman out of the front row.
Yeah.
And those two guys came out. And, folks, if you've ever been here at the ballpark and you see, oh, look at that, there's some people in one of the broadcast booths up on the scoreboard. Well, that was what this booth was right
exactly
there.
right.
And it was their booth, not yours or ours for a moment there. Pretty cool.
It's, just fine. The Hall of Famers, they deserve it. And it's great. I've known those guys a long time. Sammy was my teammate here in Chicago, and we've been friends a long time. And pitch misses wide. And D. Lee is just one of those guys that, I've known a long time, played against him, but always one of the classiest people you will ever meet and just a great player. So it's great to see both of them and to have their time here, Wrigley Field, going into the Cubs Hall of Fame. Very cool weekend.
The young rookie, Kevin Alcantara, has worked a 3-0 count. To give him a green light here against the lefty Alvarez. He takes that one, and that'll be a ball, and he walks. He walks with one out here in the fifth inning. Alcantara has been hammering lefties down in the minors, which is why I asked an OPS of 980 or so in the minors against lefties. But he draws the walk, got good speed over there at first base, and here's the leadoff hitter, Nico Horner.
Yeah, that last pitch, a good pitch. Adams didn't catch the ball. He tried to frame it and didn't catch it. And Phil Cuzzy did not give them the call because of that. It was a good pitch, though.
Riley Adams, the catcher, receives that one from Alvarez. Pitch number 82 was low and inside to Nico Horner. Talk about somebody who kills lefties. That's Nico Horner, 12th in all of baseball. And he hits that one down the left field line. A bouncer, fair. Alcantara running hard. He gets to third, and we'll stop there. A standout double for a clapping Nico Horner as he goes into second and third with one away for the Cubs here in the fifth.
Well, you called it, Spigs. Nico is a guy who can do multiple things with the bat in his hand. He's great at shooting the ball the other way. And here's of late, the team's been trying to jam him and come in on him. And he's been able to do some damage, whether it be hit an occasional home run to left or hit some balls down into the corner. And that's exactly what he did, is he kept that ball fair and shot one down in the corner. Cubs with two men on now and one out. And I think that's Jimmy Hickey.
Yep, the Nationals pitching coach coming out to talk to Alvarez. Catcher and the full infield all there for a big old conference. And, that OPS number for Nico against lefties, it jumps out at you because he's not a big home run guy.
No, he's not, but he has quality at bats, and that's what you want in your lineup is guys, when the wind is blowing in and you're not going to do a bunch of damage by hitting balls out of the ballpark, you need guys that know how to control the bat, and he's the best in the Cubs group right now of being able to control that bat. That's for sure.
Nico leads the team with a .289 batting average. Hit a no-doubter home run the other day on a curveball after another one in San Francisco, but his game is not power. Now this guy, Ian Happ, stepping up with first base open. Men at second and third, infield in. And Happ takes the first pitch low for a ball. Infield in, Nationals trying to preserve the tie. 1-1 here in the fifth.
Now they're going to try to get Nico to hook this ground ball into the defense to short or third. Nico's got to get a ball away from him that he can elevate to the outfield and drive this ball.
Ian Happ takes the second pitch for a ball. 2-0 the count. Happ with 20 home runs on the season. He's got his OPS up to about 752 right now. Respectable after a tough stretch in the middle of the year. The 2-0 is taken for a strike. 2-1. Nico Horner at second. Kevin Alcantara at third. One away here in the Cubs fifth. Game tied at 1 here on the Score and the Cubs Radio Network. Here's the 2-1. That is hit on the ground right at the shortstop, Abrams, who throws high, but the catcher, Adams, receives the ball and brings it down to tag Alcantara, who is both out and injured. Alcantara just now getting up with a bit of a limp. Looks a little dazed, but maybe just off balance. Now walking back towards the dugout, Ron Coomer.
Yeah, this is a play at the plate. It's a slide into home plate. And Alcantara's front foot sliding in hits the catcher's shin guard. And now Craig Counsell is asking the umpire, the crew chief, Dan Bellino, they're going to take a look at this. This is about blocking home.
Blocking of the plate and the ruling is out at the plate. The previous play is under review.
Yep. So they're gonna take a look at this and see if Alcantara had an opening to the plate. The catcher Adams is saying, for the catcher, this is a tough one because you're making a play and it's tough, but he kind of closed the door on Alcantara, kind of an old school play. So we'll see how they rule this. The thing is, Adams had the ball before Alcantara got to home plate. And I got to believe this is going to be an out at home plate.
I think you're right, Coom. The ruling is that you can't block the plate without the ball.
There you go. That's the key.
And he was the catcher Adams, with his foot on the plate. When he made the catch, he took the foot off the plate and lowered the knee. Looks like a pretty fundamentally sound play by the catcher.
Yeah, the catchers are taught to put their left heel on the front edge of home, catch, and then go down once you got the ball. So you give the backside of the plate to the runner. But once you have the ball, then you can do what you want, and that's exactly what he did. I got to believe this is going to be an out at home play.
Not sure if there's a different slide technique that could work for
Not
Alcantara.
if you don't beat the ball. I mean, you're not allowed to hit the catcher any longer.
Yeah.
And you just wonder if he's here. We're going to get Dan Bellino's call.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. There was not blocking of the plate. Chicago will lose this challenge for the remainder of the game.
The crowd will boo as the second out is recorded, because especially the last replay they showed on the scoreboard showed the knee of Adams coming down and clearly blocking the lead foot from Alcantara, but he's allowed to do that if he has the ball.
Yeah, once you got the ball, you can. That's right.
We're going to have a pitching change here. We'll come back and tell you about the next pitcher for the Nats in a moment on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Today is the last day to get your Cubs Charities 50-50 raffle tickets with a current jackpot of $100,535. Get your ticket now through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. We've got a tie game 1-1 in an action-packed 5th inning. The Nats picked up one in the top of the 5th despite a ground rule double that took away a run. They ended up getting that run back on a sacrifice fly by Brady House to tie the game. And then here in the bottom of the 5th, after a Matt Shaw flyout, Alcantara walked Nico Horner with a double down the line, and then Ian Happ hit into a fielder's choice, and Alcantara was out at the plate. The new Nats pitcher is right-hander Clayton Beeter, and he steps in to face Seiya Suzuki. with 2 out and Nico Horner at second in a 1-1 game. Seiya fouls the first pitch off to the right.
Now Cubs need a big swing of the bat now from Seiya.
Clayton Beater, a former Dodger, 6'2" right-hander. He's got an Ks per 9, up around 9. Seiya Suzuki with a single to left field. Nico Horner rounds third. He's coming in, and the throw from Lyle is cut off. That's a big single to left, just like you called for, Ron Coomer. Happ stops at second, and the Cubs take the lead 2-1.
Now a second fastball in a row to Seiya, both inside. First one he was tardy on. Second one, not so much. He gets right on top of this ball and hammers it on the line in the left field, which is what you got to do into this win. He gets on top of the ball, drives on the left. Nico with a great break off second base with 2 outs, scores easily.
Nico Horner flying around third base, sent home by Quentin Berry and scores. Here's Carson Kelly. He takes a strike. Kelly homered earlier in the game for the Cubs' first run. Ian Happ at second, Seiya Suzuki at first. Cubs now leading 2-1 here in the fifth. Clayton Beater to Carson Kelly. Takes that one for a strike as well. 0-2 the count.
Little inside breaking ball kind of buckled Kelly. You have to see in the fastball. He hadn't seen that hook yet. And Beater throws that pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
0-2 to Kelly from Clayton Beater is taken for a strike on the outside corner. But Seiya Suzuki with the clutch single, and the Cubs have themselves a 2-1 lead. Zach Zabin back with your play-by-play in the sixth and beyond right here on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Top of the sixth inning here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Nationals. The batter, Robert Hassel III, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Colin Ray, who deals. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. A cutter from Ray. 0-1 the count. Seiya Suzuki breaking a 1-all tie in the last of the fifth with an RBI single to put the Cubs ahead. Carson Kelly with a solo home run. For Kelly, his 15th on the year. Ray kicks and fires, and Hassel a check swing at a splitter low. On appeal, no swing, says Tony Randazzo. So the count is 1-1. Wind blowing straight in at the moment here at the friendly confines. The pitch, Hassel pounds one on the ground, foul off to the right. 1-2. Rubber match of the series. Cubs took game one on Friday. And the Nationals won yesterday. Here comes the 1-2. A bouncing ball hit on the right side, fielded by Horner. His throw to Santana at first in time, and Hassel's retired. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Now, good start here in the 6th for Colin Ray. Cubs have Thielbar warming up if Ray has any issues here in this 6th inning.
C.J. Abrams, a left-handed hitter at the plate, upright stance. Ray delivers. Called strike. Curveball over. 0-1 the count. Now the 0-1 delivery. This is popped up left side of the infield, near third and foul grounded. Sean now right near the coaching line. He makes the catch for out number 2 as Abrams pops out.
Well, I think that, this inning isn't over with yet, but, I'm always skeptical about the opener type situation, and that's been like that for a long time, about taking your starting pitcher out of his routine. But I'll say this, no matter what happens the rest of this game, it definitely worked today. I thought Pomerantz did his job. Same thing with Collin. Both of them veteran pitchers, but have come in and did their job. They're pumping in strikes. I mean, it's been a very good situation today for the Cubs.
James Wood looks at a ball high and outside, 1-0 the count. I think the key word there, veteran. You have two guys who have done both roles over the years, in Pomerantz and now Ray on the hill. A long set, and the 1-0 delivery. Wood looks at a ball low and inside, 2-0 the count. Ian Happ co-hosts the Compound Podcast, which is now a part of Odyssey Sports. New episodes drop each Wednesday with the latest discussion on the Cubs and baseball. The pitch. Wood takes a strike. Curveball right at the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Download and listen on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss. And a splitter. 2-2 the count on Wood.
Backdoor hook and then the splitter. Two good pitches he got behind in the count. One with 2 off-speed pitches. And now it's 2-2.
And the pitch.
Well,
check swing, doesn't matter. Called, strike 3. A splitter. As the Nationals go down in order here in the top of the 6th. Wood does not like the call, having a conversation with Phil Cousin. Middle 6, Cubs 2, Nationals 1. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Experience design you feel in every detail, and technology as innovative as it is effortless with Buick. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing on 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX, $1,000 purchase allowance on Envision, $250 purchase allowance on Envista, and $500 purchase allowance on Enclave. Must be a current owner of a 2011 model year or newer non-GM vehicle, or a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer non-GM vehicle for at least 30 days prior to new vehicle sale. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/25.
From the first pitch to extra innings, Sea Glass is your invitation to relax and recharge. As the official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sea Glass brings the refreshing flavors of California's Central Coast to wherever you are, whether it's in the stands or on the couch. So pour yourself a glass and slide into your coastal state of mind. Look for Sea Glass in the wine aisle at your local retailer. Sea Glass, official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs.
When it comes to tuxedos and suits, the pros at Suits 2020 have the winning looks. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Top of the 6th inning here. Cubs up 2-1. And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th for the Cubs. And that's sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation light beer. 2-1 score. Cubs need to put a couple balls in flight. They've hit one home run today. That was off the bat of Kelly in the 2nd inning, a line drive bullet. Cubs scored last inning on a single by Suzuki, and a few balls in flight now, Z, would really help.
The wind is blowing in from right at the moment. Carlos Santana at the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Clayton Beeter. High leg kick and pitch. And Santana pounds one on the ground. Foul off to the right. It ends up inside the Nationals bullpen along the first baseline. 0-1. This date in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Here's the 0-1. Santana looks at a ball off the outside, a slider that missed, 1-1 the count. September 7th, 1908. We go on a Wayback Machine. The Washington Senators' Walter Johnson pitched his third consecutive shutout, which doesn't seem like a big deal. Here's the 1-1 outside, 2-1 the count, until you realize it was his third consecutive shutout in 4 days. A 4-0 two-hitter over the New York Highlanders. They didn't care about pitch counts back then, rest.
They didn't care if your arm fell off.
2-1 foul back off
Sew
the
it back
screen.
on and get out there. Oh, my.
Now we hear about Walter
Third
Johnson.
consecutive shutout in 4 days, and the final game was a 4-0 two-hit shutout against the Highlanders. Woo!
Yes. The 2-2. Foul back again by Santana.
So when you do that, instead of like being with Adidas or, the company, I don't know if they had Tylenol back then, but that would be your sponsor.
They don't talk about all the other guys who tried it and didn't have that kind of success.
Yeah, and their arm did fall off.
No kidding. Santana fouls this one away off to the left out of play. 2-2. That's just one of the many reasons that Walter Johnson is considered one of the best pitchers of all time, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you look at his record. Oh, my.
Yeah. Santana waits. Now the 2-2. Foul back again. Good battle going on here. Santana's 0 for 2 on the day. A couple of groundouts. 39 years old. This is his fourth game as a Cub. He's 0 for 8.
He is right on time, though, now with Beeter. See if he does some damage.
The pitch. A ground ball hit on the right side softly. Fielded by Garcia, the second baseman. Sidearm throw to first in time. Santana's retired. 1 away.
Now, after a good long battle, as you said, an excellent off-speed pitch away. Got Santana out in front. Roll over a little ground ball.
So here's Dansby Swanson, who's flat out twice. 0 for 2. Justin Turner on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. 2-1 Cubs with 1 away here in the last of the 6th. Righty-righty matchup. Beeter delivers, and Swanson swings and misses. A slider right at the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. 0-1. Dansby hits out of a crouch, stands deep in the box. A little bit of an open stance. Uses a toe tap. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Rising fastball from Beeter at 98 miles per hour. 0-2. Nationals have some activity in their bullpen. Right-hander Jackson Rutledge is warming up. Partly cloudy day at Wrigley Field, but a lot of sunshine. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider, 2 away.
Second slider, Beeter is thrown to get himself, to finish off an at-bat. He threw a very nice backdoor hook to get Santana to roll over the ground ball. And now this one with 2 strikes, he gets on top of this slider and gets some good downward tilt. And Swanson swung right over the top of it.
So 2 down, Justin Turner at the plate and the pitch. Turner swings, and it's a high fly ball, foul out of play off to the right. 0-1. CUBS League leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Cal Raleigh has increased the home run total. He's got 53 now to lead the majors. Aaron Judge leads in batting average, 321. Turner fouls it away. Second deck out of play off to the right. 0-2. And Kyle Schwarber still the RBI leader, 119.
Yeah. How about that?
Early September, too. Whew. He's also got 49 home runs.
He's been stuck on 49 for a little bit of time.
Turner swings and misses, strike 3. couldn't catch up to a 99-mile-per-hour heater as the Cubs go down in order here in the 6th. Yeah, it's been stuck at 49 since that 4-home run game. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Nationals as we head to the 7th. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure, aisle 2.
How about fly fishing? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder, and we're ready to get back to it.
Aisle 7.
Snowboarding? Our Pathfinder's got intelligent 4x4, and we want to hit the backcountry.
Oh, aisle 18.
And where are the boats?
Back of the store, but are you sure you can do all this?
Oh, yeah. Up to 6,000 pounds towing. We're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba department?
Return to rugged in the 2025 Nissan Pathfinder. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See owner's manual for important safety information. For all qualified buyers, example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand finance. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
And they're out of here. If the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 players or more during a regular season home game, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to Chicago nonprofit Anti-Cruelty. Up to $10,000 this season. Support from Tito's goes towards Anti-Cruelty's commitment to care for animals in need while building a healthy and happy community where pets and people thrive together. Cheers to the home team with Tito's, and let's hear it for the Northsiders.
Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation 80 House, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit ibji.com for locations.
This inning is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Thank you very much, Speaks. 2-1 Cubs here in the top of the 7th over the Nationals. Colin Ray deals, and the catcher Riley Adams swings and misses. And a rising fastball, 0-1 the count. Seiya Suzuki breaking a 1-all tie with a ribby single in the 5th. Adams, the number 3 hitter in the Washington lineup. The pitch. Pulled on the ground to third. Backhanded by Shaw. One step forward. His throw is in time. As Adams is retired, 1 away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. We have to note some of the special plays we've seen at third base today from Matt Shaw.
Yeah, he made an incredible play to end the inning last couple innings ago. A line drive rocket that he lays out for. Makes a great play. Craig Counsell now coming out, and, Colin Ray going to get a very good hand. He, once again, gives the Cubs a very nice start. Pomeranz opened up the game, but Colin Ray is the guy from the second inning on. It's done very well.
Yeah, both pitchers, excellent performances today. And now the Cubs will bring in the left-hander Caleb Thielbar with the left-handed hitting Dalen Lyle due up for Washington. The Nats cleanup man. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. As Ray gets a nice ovation from the crowd. Cubs with a 2-1 lead. 1 down, top 7 on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
So the final line on Colin Ray. What a performance as the bold reliever today. He went 5 1/3, giving up just 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. And now Caleb Thielbar takes over for the Cubs. 1 down, top 7. Cubs have a 2-1 lead over the Nationals. Cleanup man Dalen Lyle due up Thielbar 3-3 this season with a 2.15 ERA in 58 games. This is the rubber match of the series. Shaw playing wide of third, but in on the infield grass as Thielbar starts off Lyle with a slider for a strike on the outside edge. Thielbar works on the third base side of the rubber. Now the 0-1. Lyle swings in, misses at a slider off the outside, 0-2.
Pretty good slider there by Thielbar. That one had some bite to it right in the outside corner.
Another longtime major league veteran on the mound for the Cubs. Here comes the 0-2. Off the outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Drew Pomerantz was the opener, a 1-2-3 first, including 2 strikeouts. Then Ray came in and did the majority of the work as the bulk reliever. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider. Lyles retired, 2 away.
A couple good breaking balls in that sequence. This last one is the slider. You know, and the thing that Thielbar has going for him is he can throw the curveball and a slider, and he can spot them both in the same spot. And they're just, you know, different velocities, different breaks to them, and used them both there to get the punch out.
Andres Chaparro at the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Yes, this is a good time to talk about the hardest working player of the game. Brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. It's an easy one today, right?
I would think so.
Here's the 1-0. Chaparro pulls one down the left field line, but it curls way foul out of play. 1-1. Got to be Colin Ray.
Yep.
He needed this. You know, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, his last couple of starts, a little iffy. Came out of the pen today and looked great. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball hit to third. Fielded by Shaw. Couple of steps forward. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Chaparro. Nationals go down in order here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 Cubs. Time to stretch. The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Here are the guest conductors, Hall of Famers, Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee.
Derek Lee. Hey, Cub fan, just happy to be here. It's a beautiful day.
Miss you guys, love you. And,
Let's see.
1,
2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. I know something that feels like fire. I don't care. Root for the glory. With the game. Everyone. Around at the Oval game. Let's go.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
What defines tough? It's facing the unthinkable, standing tall. It's teamwork, resilience, precision, and compassion. At Loyola Medicine, we treat the most complex cases with unshakable resolve and unmatched expertise. We don't just care, we fight, we heal. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
At Wintrust, our approach lets Cubs fans show their pride anytime, anywhere. With the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you don't just swipe, you make a statement. It's like a megaphone for your wallet, broadcasting Cubs pride with every transaction. Visit wintrust.com/Cubs to choose an eligible account and score your Cubs debit card. That's wintrust.com/Cubs. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Cubs debit card is not available at all Wintrust Community Banks charters. Member FDIC.
Matt Shaw looks at a ball low and outside from the new Nationals pitcher, right-hander Jackson Rutledge. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. The next pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball at the top of the zone. 1-1 the count. Cubs with a 2-1 lead here in the last of the seventh. It's not every day you get to hear Derek Lee and Sammy Sosa conducting the stretch. The 1-1. Shaw shows one, pulls it back, and looks at a slider off the outside.
Well, I'll just say this. They did a pretty good job. They're no Matt Spiegel singing, but boy, they could hit.
Yeah, they could
tell
definitely
you that.
hit. Yeah,
they
they're
could
better
rake
with the bats in their hands than the microphones.
And they look good in their blue jackets, that's for sure.
Back on to play. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Your headquarters for Cubs Talk. It's the Mullen Haw Show, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Bottom 7, 2-1 Cubs over the Nationals. Rutledge deals high and tight to Shaw as he backs out of the way. It's a full count. You know, there's a part of Matt Spiegel. He's a decorated singer in addition to being a terrific sports talk show host, sports broadcaster.
Well, he sang the national anthem here at Wrigley a couple weeks ago.
But he's never conducted the stretch, I don't believe, right?
That is correct, Zach.
Yeah.
But I've also never had a year as good as any of the years that Derek Lee and Sammy Sosa had.
There's not many of us that have Speaks, and I played a long time, bro.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Shaw swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a fastball near the top of the zone. 1 away.
You guys have done the stretch. Never have. It's an absolute dream.
I have done it. We've done it as a group every year. I've done it solo. I'm much better being part of a group than I am a solo artist. I'll say that. Yeah.
Kevin Alcantara at the
There's
plate.
reasons for that.
Here's the pitch. Alcantara looks at a ball up high from Rutledge. 1-0 the count. We're coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Maybe we'll get Speaks to belt out the opening line of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike. Right along the outside edge, 1-1.
Can't give it away for free, Zach.
There you go, Speaks. Tell them.
Make them wait.
There's the listening public that's now disappointed. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
All reviews in this game, they're sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Can't give it away. See, there you go.
Well, you can.
I know.
It's Cubs radio. I mean, this is the place to do it, right? Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a slider. Alcantara retired, 2 away.
I would do it like Ditka did back in the day.
Oh, boy.
Now, Mike and I have been friends a long time. And I would tell him you wouldn't want to do it like him.
I think he knows that.
I'm
think
100%
both of you guys
sure.
know
Yeah,
that.
I'm 100% sure of that.
Nico Horner at the dish. Looks at a ball inside from Rutledge. 1-0. Cubs 2, Nationals 1, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
This is one of those games that feels like a 9-8 game just because of how active the booth has been today.
Yeah, it has been. We could put a 10th on this thing, and it'd be fitting.
Horner looks at a slider for a strike. 1-1 the count.
We're going to Atlanta, and that's just, yeah.
It's going to be very different down there than it's been this weekend. Hall of Fame weekend here at Wrigley Field. Here's the 1-1. Horner looks at a ball inside. 2-1. Fastball that missed.
You got to tip your cap to the Ricketts family and everybody in the Cubs organization, because this has been some weekend. It started Thursday night with Tom and Laura and the Bricks and Ivy, and it's continued on all weekend long. And it has been an outstanding weekend of ceremony and events, ball games, and culminated with the Hall of Fame induction of Derek and Sammy today. And it's been a very special weekend.
Nico Horner, single up the middle, rounded one through. So Nico with his second hit of the ball game.
Got a mixed Crane in there. I mean, all the group, all our, the heads of our organization, they make, and Derek talked about this, they make this special. And it should be, and it is. And it really showed this weekend.
Ian Happ swings and misses at a cutter, 0-1. The only thing left is to cap off the weekend with a series victory over Washington. And the Cubs up 2-1 with 2 away and a man at first in Nico. Always a threat to go. Happ at the plate with an 0-1 count. Rutledge delivers. And that misses outside, 1-1. Happ's 1 for 3 with a single. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Rutledge, the right-hander, takes a peek at first. That's where Nico is. Throw to first, and Nico gets back standing up. Wind blowing in from right on a partly cloudy day here at Wrigley Field. Temperature in the mid-60s. Rutledge works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Happ swings, lines one to right. Coming in and lunging forward to make the catch is Cruz for out number 3. Horner stranded at first. We head to inning number 8. Cubs 2, Nationals 1 on the score of the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi and Harris, 10 a.m. to 2 on the score.
Is your chimney clean? Gas fireplace service? Fireplace and Chimney Authority helps keep your home safe and ready for the season. We're your trusted local experts for all repairs and maintenance. Visit fireplaceandchimneyauthority.com.
It started with one car 70 years ago when the first Volvo car arrived in the U.S. Since, Volvo has helped redefine safety. From the 3-point safety belt to side impact airbags, a whiplash protection system, and blind spot assist. Innovations that have saved millions of lives and made summer memories safer for generations. Celebrate 70 years of safety. Visit your local retailer for the Summer Safely bonus event going on now.
Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. There's nothing quite like local. That's why AARP is local, offering free events that can help with finances, family, and fun. Find your local event at aarp.org/IL.
2-1 Cubs, top of the 8th inning here on Hall of Fame weekend here at the Friendly Confines. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's cars of the K to donate your car today, Zach.
Thank you very much, Coom. The batter, Luis Garcia Jr., to begin the 8th, and he looks at a ball outside from the new Cub pitcher, the big right-hander, Brad Keller. Cubs 2, Nationals 1. Keller faces home plate. Now he winds and deals. Garcia hits a high pop fly, shallow left. Racing back Swanson coming in. Happ, and it's Happ who makes a sliding catch, angling toward the line for out number 1. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is boom.
It's one of them plays. It's kind of out there in no man's land, and with the wind and the sun, it's a difficult play. Dansby goes out there. Ian has the best shot at it and calls it in time enough to where Dansby can veer out of the way and let Ian come in and make a sliding catch for the first out.
Now the batter, Brady House, who taps one foul off to the left, 0-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Keller has been so ultra reliable for the Cubs this season. 4-1, a 2.20 ERA. As House looks at a ball outside. Fastball that missed at 98 miles per hour.
Yeah, Keller, another one of those guys, veteran guy the Cubs picked up this offseason as he spins that one in for a strike. And well, you're talking about guys that have had major impacts on this team with only a few weeks left of the season, to help get the Cubs in playoff contention. And, their season ends today. They're the number 1 wild card team hosting a 3-game series here at Wrigley.
A 1-2, low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But Keller, another one of those veteran players that came in. And, as the season's progressed, his role has changed, and now he's the 8th inning guy, and he has been outstanding.
The 2-2. Pounded on the ground, foul. That one took a bite out of the umpire, Phil Cuzzy. The mask came off. Carson Kelly spun around, talking to him. Cuzzy smiling. That's a good sign, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Oh, man. That was a direct shot off the mask.
That was off the jaw. That was a tough one. Yeah.
So Kelly just kind of walking in front of home plate to give Cuzzy, the umpire, an opportunity to regather. Now we're ready for the resumption of play. 2-2 the count. Brady House at the plate. Brad Keller on the mound. 2-1. The Cubs lead over the Nationals with one away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down with a blazing fastball at 97 miles per hour.
Now that one running in on hands, and you're not going to clear that one out of there unless you get way out in front of this pitch. 97 boring in on you. House just laid on that 2-seamer. Excellent pitch by Keller.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Dylan Cruz looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance, 33,343 today. The 0-1, Cruz takes strike 2 right along the outside edge at the top of the zone. A slider from Keller. So it looks like I was a little bit closer than the rest of you, but we were all kind of in the ballpark.
What did the ticket office tell you?
Cruz foul tips one into the glove for strike 3. And that ends the top half of the 8th inning. I did not have any previous knowledge of what the attendance was going to be today. Middle 8, Cubs 2, Nationals 1 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the score.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Sloan has been providing restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years, and we're proud to now expand into the concourse with our brand new bottle fillers that provide clean drinking water for Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Tag team bits and sockets with a Bosch 18-volt 2-in-1 impact driver. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
2-1 Cubs in the bottom of the 8th. The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now. Instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Brewers over the Pirates right now, 10-2 in the 9th inning. The Reds came back to beat the Mets by the score of 3-2 in that one. And the Padres are already up on the Rockies by the score of 4-1. The Dodgers up 4-2 on the Orioles. They maintain their lead on the Padres. Those are the teams of consequence in the National League. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much, Speaks. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs 2, Nationals 1. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. And Mason Thompson is on the mound. And he starts off Suzuki with a strike slider right along the inside edge. Thompson, a right-hander, big man, 6'6". And the pitch is low, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Cubs could use an insurance run here, only up 2-1. See if Seiya can get things started here in the 8th inning.
Now the pitch. Inside, 2-1 the count.
Not at a stolen base yet today, but Cubs stolen bases are powered by a Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com. And we had the great people from Turo here today. What a day to be here at the ballpark for them. They were up here in the booth and Hall of Fame weekend and all the festivities. So great weekend and great to have a Turo Tire with us.
Last pitch inside, 3-1. Yeah, think about it. They're coming into the booth as Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee are leaving.
Yeah.
A lot happening here. The 3-1, tap foul at the plate. This one took a bite out of Suzuki's leg. He ends up on his backside and now slowly gets back up. I think he's okay.
Yeah, I don't miss that a bit. Not even a little. Yeah, that one hit off his back heel of his front foot. So all the protection is in the front part of your leg and shin and foot area in your spike and not the back heel or Achilles area. And that's where he hit that one.
How in the world did the ball find the back heel?
It seems it's like it's got radar to miss the parts you've got protected. It's just it's unbelievable.
All right, so it's a full count. Seiya digs in. Righty-righty matchup. Thompson works his motion. Seiya hits a pop fly on the infield, racing in and making the catch behind the mound on the grass is the first baseman, Chaparro. One away.
And you knew the pitch was coming again, right? He's throwing it right back in there again. He either let you bang it off your foot again or pop it up. That's what happened. That's exactly what happens. Pitchers.
So one away. I'm sure Seiya's not laughing, and neither are you actually up here. Carson Kelly digs in. It's 1 for 2 with a home run. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, deep left field. Make it 2 home runs. This one is way out of here. Big insurance run. Carson Kelly. It's now 3-1 Cubs over the Nationals in the 8th. For Kelly, that's home run number 16 on the year.
Big swing of the bat for Carson and the Cubs. Yeah, and we talked about some of the breaking balls that he's seen early in the game. That one starts at you, breaks over the inside corner. He didn't flinch on this one. This is a breaking ball, pitch inside, and he waffles this ball. This is a long way up the bleachers in left field. Big swing of the bat.
Now the batter, Carlos Santana, and he looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone.
RBIs by Cubs batters, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter.
Santana hits a high fly ball to center field, but playable for Hassel roaming toward left center. He makes the catch. 2 away as Santana flies out.
Designated hitters today. They're sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, skip the rush.
Now Dansby Swanson digs in with 2 down here in the 8th. Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Nationals. Another hefty home run by Kelly, official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary as Swanson looks at a slider off the outside for ball 1.
Well, there haven't been a lot of runs scored, but the heart of the lineup for the Cubs doing some damage, especially Kelly. Meat of the order today, presented by Chef IQ. Since never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
The next pitch by Thompson. Line drive, pulled down the left field line for a base hit. Swanson takes a big turn at first. The ball quickly comes back into the infield by Lyle, the left fielder. So that's Dansby's first hit of the game. A single to left. It comes with 2 away here in the 8th. It'll bring up the designated hitter, Justin Turner.
Now with 2 outs, Cubs with 1 run in. This would be a shot for JT to go ahead and take a shot at the left field seats. Just go ahead and look for that fastball and see if you can hook it.
Wind now blowing from right to left. And the pitch. Turner takes a strike. Sinking fastball right down the middle. 0-1.
Tough plays of the game today. We've had a few of them. Some great plays by Ian and Matty Shaw. They're sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Now the 0-1. The runner goes. Pitch called a strike. Throw to second is not in time. Stolen base for Dansby Swanson. Another Cubs steal. Steals powered by a Toro tire.
Dansby did a great jump at first. This is just straight steal. This throw is up the line and hits Dansby, I think, in the thigh. Ball was never caught, and Dansby would have stolen back.
So Swanson in scoring position with 2 away at second base. Turner at the plate. 0-2 the count. High set by Thompson. The kick and pitch. Low and outside. You know, you were talking about Happ and Shaw with those tough plays. Happ's a 3-time Gold Glover in left. Shaw playing third base for the first time in his career as a big leaguer after coming up as a second baseman. It's extremely impressive to see the job he's done. Here comes the 1-2. Call strike 3. Fastball on the outside edge, knee high. And that ends the 8th inning. As our good friend Pat would say, fasten those seatbelts. We head to the 9th. Daniel Palencia coming in. Cubs looking to close things out. They've got a 3-1 lead over the Nationals after 8 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field. But with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Our patient Mike had blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress. Using a minimally invasive procedure pioneered by our team, we were able to clear them.
Top ranked in Illinois for heart and vascular by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital used tiny balloons to widen the vessels in his lungs, the first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have helped him breathe freely again.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Ron Coomer. The pennant race is on, and just like your team is pushing for the postseason, it's time to step up your outdoor living game with TimberTech, the #1 premium decking brand. TimberTech looks like real wood, but without the never-ending maintenance. It won't rot, warp, or splinter, and the industry-leading warranties, your deck will keep looking great season after season. Build a space worthy for October baseball. See for yourself why TimberTech is everything wood should be. Order free samples at TimberTech.com.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top of the 9th at Wrigley Field. Cubs 3, Nationals 1. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Daniel Palencia takes over, trying to close this one down. Palencia 22 of 24 in save chances this season. Hard-throwing right-hander works on the first base side of the rubber. Robert Hassel III at the plate, left-handed hitter for Washington. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the left, 0-1.
One thing we want to say is a big congratulations to someone who's retiring right next to us. Bob Carpenter, longtime big league broadcaster, 20 years with Washington. I think 40, Speak said earlier today, but what a great guy, great broadcaster. He's been a friend for a long time, and he's retiring after this season. So today's his last day at the Friendly Confines. But congratulations to him on an incredible big league career.
We all second that here in the booth. Bob Carpenter, just a great broadcaster and a better guy. Here comes the 0-2 outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Hassel. I'm using his scorebook as we speak.
Yeah, that's right.
Not the one that he uses on an everyday basis, but he's in the scorebook business. It's a great scorebook. My recommendation is use it. Here comes the 1-2. High fly ball hit to deep left center field. Alcantara going back at the track near the wall. Looks up, and this one's gone. Solo shot by Robert Hassel III. The other way to left center field. And it's now 3-2 Cubs here in the 9th.
And how big is that home run now that Kelly hit in the 8th inning? It was a 1-run game. He made it a 2-run game, and now Hassel comes in and catches up with one of these heaters in the middle of the plate, 101-mile-an-hour fastball, and he catches up with it and hits a line drive oppo into the seats.
It's the third home run of the season for Hassel. Now C.J. Abrams digs in. Left-handed batter. Valencia deals. A big swing and a miss by Abrams at a slider. 0-1 the count. A reminder to stay tuned for the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show coming up immediately following today's action with Matt Spiegel. Here's the 0-1. Abrams swings and misses in the hole. 0-2. Another slider from Valencia.
Excellent pitch. Took a little off that one. Abrams way out in front.
Wind blowing in from right now. And the pitch. Tapped up the third base line, and this is going to roll and stop in fair territory right in front of the third base bag for a swinging bunt single for Abrams.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. This is a big swing and a little cue shot going down the third base line. And unfortunately for the Cubs and for Palencia, it stays in the grass for a long time. And that deadens the ball, and it just rolls into the dirt, but barely, and it ends up being a base hit.
So the tying run on base, Abrams at first, no one out here in the ninth. The pitcher, Valencia, starts off James Wood with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, low and inside for ball one.
Catch of the game today, that's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover the weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com, and I think the play Shaw made at third base kind of fitting to be the catch of the game.
And that diving catch of a liner behind third along the line. Wood looks at a ball low, so Carson Kelly calls time, jogs out to the mound, has his arm around Palencia, talking to him. Dansby Swanson joins in, so does Carlos Santana, the veteran first baseman. Abrams with good speed at first, Coom. He's got 28 steals this season. No one out here in the top of the ninth. It's a 3-2 game. Cubs with the lead, and Wood at the plate. Dangerous hitter with a 2-0 count.
Well, you would think Abrams would be off and running just because most closers don't pay a lot of attention to the base runners, and they're usually slow to the plate.
Now we're ready. Palencia deals. Called strike. Fastball, 99 miles per hour on the outside edge, 2-1.
Now here's where you'll see if Cairo decides to run. This is the count, 2-1 to run on. Not a big lead at first from Abrams, no.
It doesn't go, and the pitch is bounced foul up the plate. 2-2.
Valencia did not see that. They called that foul that it hit Woods in the foot. He was sprinting over to the first base line to grab that ball. Came off and hit ground and hit the knee of Wood.
So here we go. 2-2 the count. Abrams at first. He doesn't go. The pitch low. It's a full count.
Wood, the most accomplished hitter in this lineup now, 27 bombs and 86 driven in. He is a dangerous guy, big, strong left-handed hitter.
The pitch. Up high, ball 4. Now the tying and go-ahead runs are on base for Washington with no one out here in the top of the ninth. Abrams with excellent speed. The tying run at second. Wood now at first. And Cubs pitching coach Tommy Hotovy is going to head out to the mound to talk to Palencia. Cubs with a 3-2 lead.
Well, after the leadoff home run, that was just a good little fastball that has to just put the barrel on. It was a 101-mile-an-hour heater. And then, that it's always a little rattling when you come into a game. I don't care who you are. And then you give up the little cue shot off the end of the bat when you're heading to count, and that ball barely trickles down the third base line, but it's a hit. Now this is time to just slow things down if you're Tommy Hotovy and get out there and just give him a little pep talk. Still throwing well. Let's go. We need a ground ball. Let's get a strikeout.
Nationals are going to send a pinch hitter to the plate. Riley Adams, the catcher, was due up. But now Josh Bell will hit. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Palencia. No one out here in the 9th minute, 1st and 2nd. Cubs up by 1. Palencia delivers. Bell swings, and it's a high fly ball, deep left center field. Alcantara back at the track near the wall. He leaps. It's in the basket for a 3-run home run. And Washington takes the lead. 5-3 over the Cubs here in the top of the 9th. A huge blast by Josh Bell.
Got 2 home runs here in the 9th, and in between those is a walk and a single. And nobody out here in the 9th inning, and a 4 spot put on the Cubs here in this 9th inning. This is a fastball down and in. Bell just drops the head of the bat on it and hits it right over the 368 mark, and it lands in the basket.
Dalen Lyle at the plate. He looks at a strike from Palencia. Wrigley's gone quiet. Nationals now up 5-3. No one out near in the top of the 9th. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Bell with a pinch hit 3-run home run to put the Nats ahead. The next pitch pulled down the right field line. This will drop there and bounce into the corner. Lyle on his way to third base and gets there way ahead of the relay throw by Horner. Another hit for Washington. Still no one out here in the 9th.
Now it's the pitch, and Lyle hooks this ball, keeps it fair, and it goes right down into the corner. And once it gets into the corner, it hits the ivy and just kind of dies right in the corner. And you got to go get it then. That's the problem. Suzuki has to go all the way into the corner to get that ball. And because of that, it ends up being a triple.
Andres Chaparro now at the plate, infield in for the Cubs. The pitch inside, 1-0 the count.
And now I think Palencia just hurt himself. Yeah.
Dropped his glove, now squatting down, slamming his left hand on the rubber and holding his side.
He threw that pitch and, maybe overthrew it a little, but it looked like his arm angle was down, a little bit. And, didn't get over the top of that one. And instantly his both feet hit the ground after the pitch, and then he had his back to home plate. And now they're taking him out of the game.
Yeah. Valencia walking out back to the Cubs dugout along the third base line with trainer Herman Sancin and manager Craig Counsell. In a nightmare of the top of the 9th for the Cubs. Valencia leaves with an injury after the Nationals rallied against him with 4 runs. Still no one out here in the top of the 9th. It's a 5-3 lead for Washington after the go-ahead 3-run pinch hit home run by Josh Bell. And we're going to take a timeout and come back here to Wrigley Field. Porter Hodge has been warming up in the Cubs bullpen, but he's going to get as much time as he needs, as he will likely enter the game at this point. Man at third. No one down here in the top of the 9th. 5-3 the Washington lead. On the Score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rewards rules and regulations apply, can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Back at Wrigley Field, where the Nationals have rallied to take the lead here in the top of the ninth, scoring 4 times. Still no one out. A man at third. Andres Chaparro at the plate. Daniel Palencia leaves with an undisclosed injury. He gave up a solo shot to Robert Hassel III to lead off this ninth inning, and then a pinch hit 3-run home run by Josh Bell that put Washington ahead. Cubs started the frame with a 3-1 lead, but now trail 5-3 here in the top of the ninth, as Porter Hodge will get as much time as he needs to warm up and get ready after Palencia leaves with an injury. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Including today, 20 games left in the season. Health, a big issue surrounding the Cubs now because Pete Crow Armstrong and Kyle Tucker not played yet today. They're considered day-to-day. PCA has a bruised knee. Tucker dealing with a calf issue. Now Palencia leaves with an injury. So that's going to be a big storyline.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's a huge storyline because, Tucker was not put on the disabled list or injured list, so he's coming back soon. Same thing with Pete. But Daniel, that's a problem.
Hodge deals. His first pitch to Chaparro is outside, so the count now 2-0.
You feel for him. I mean, like today, he gives up a 4 spot. Obviously, you feel bad. You didn't want that to happen. He had the lead, but he's been an integral part of this ball club and this bullpen as that pitch misses down. 3-0 is the count. Still nobody out. 4 runs in here for Washington in this ninth. But Daniel, when you look at his numbers, he has been outstanding, and he's a young guy, pitching in this league. And he's been a closer in the minor leagues, but he's getting the job done for the most part and learning how to be a closer in the big leagues. That pitch in there for a strike. And to see him hurt, that's a rough one for the Cubs for sure.
Yeah, just the 3rd blown save of the season for Palencia, to illustrate your point. Now the 3-1 by Hodge. Chaparro swings and misses. Rising fastball on the inside edge at 97 miles per hour from Hodge. Infield in for the Cubs. Lyle at third. 3-2 the count on Chaparro. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball, thigh high on the inside edge, 1 away.
That was just good gas on the inside corner. That's just a bullet, and it hits the corner for strike 3. Now, Cubs are going to intentionally walk Garcia and send him to first.
With Brady House, the third baseman, due up a right-handed hitter.
Cubs either looking for the strikeout from Hodge or double play ball. Cubs are going to play the infield kind of halfway in. Middle infielders can do either or. They can throw home, especially Dansby, or they can turn a pair.
Hodge misses up high with a fastball, 1-0 the count.
I would say if Nico gets a ground ball, he's going to have to try to turn 2. He will not be able to throw home.
The pitch. This is inside. So 2-0 the count with House at the plate.
The runner at third, Lyle, great speed. He's going to be a tough guy to throw out at the plate if he needed to try.
Hodge works his motion. Fouled out of play. Second deck off to the right by House. 2-1 the count. 5-3 the Washington lead over the Cubs. There's 1 away here in the top of the ninth. Nationals have rallied with 4 runs in the frame. They've got men at the corners. Hodge delivers. House hits a high fly ball. Medium range center. Now angling toward right center. Alcantara makes the catch. Tagging and coming home. Lyle throw is cut off by Santana. And now they've got Garcia hung up in a rundown. He's tagged out by Swanson. But the run scores. A 5-run ninth inning for the Nationals. 6-3 Washington as we head to the bottom of the ninth here at Wrigley Field. On the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch, and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay, plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speed. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Kumir, let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yingling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan. There's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yingling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Tired of losing power? Feeling powerless? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. Power your sump pump, your fridge, your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling, so your home stays safe and comfortable. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois.
Reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your Chicago Cubs gear and today's special offering. The Nationals scored 5 times in the top of the ninth to take the lead. They're up 6-3 as we get set for the bottom of the ninth. Matt Shaw, Kevin Alcantara, and Nico Horner due up against left-hander Jose A. Ferrer. 3.97 ERA in 64 games this season for Washington. He's 6 of 8 in save opportunities.
Had a left-hander. We saw him the other day, and he's got a great arm. There's no doubt about that. He can rush it up there with the best of them, mid to high 90s.
He starts off Matt Shaw with a sinking fastball for a strike. The bottom of the zone on the inside edge, 0-1. Jorge Alfaro is the new catcher for Washington. Ferrer works on the first base side of the rubber. The lefty deal. Shaw swings and misses at a change, 0-2.
That's what makes him so effective. Is you got the good fastball, but he's got great arm action on his changeup to the right-handed hitter. That last pitch was an excellent changeup down and away.
Palencia left in the top of the ninth with an undisclosed injury. 0-2 the count on Shaw. Digs back in after calling time. Open stance from the right side. Ferrer deals. And this is looped down the right field line, but it drops foul right in front of the tarp. Count remains 0-2.
Wind it's changed, actually. It is now blowing towards the left field corner. That is an entirely different wind now, so the ball might get some carry to left field.
The 0-2. Line drive, base hit to right. Nice start to the last of the ninth for Matt Shaw. Cubs need 3 to tie, 4 to win.
It is Hall of Fame weekend. You never know. Cubs need to just get a couple more guys on and bring that tying run or winning run to the plate.
So here's Kevin Alcantara. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Started in center today for the injured Pete Crow Armstrong. Ferrer deals. Alcantara looks at a ball inside, 1-0. That was a borderline pitch. And it went Kevin Alcantara's way. Shaw at first, being held on by Chaparro. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Ferrer deals. And Alcantara swings and misses at a fastball. 1-1. 6-3 Nationals. Ferrer looks at first. And now throws over. Shaw gets back standing up.
Contra's numbers this year in AAA and 379 at-bats. 17 bombs, 69 driven in, hit 266 for Iowa.
And the 1-1. Ground ball hit to second, sliding stop by Garcia. The flip to Abrams for one, on to first, not in time to get Alcantara.
Close play at first base. Alcantara running hard down the line. Great speed. Keeping an eye on El Cairo down there. They are not going to challenge. So good hustle to keep this inning going. Excellent pivot and play by the middle infield of Washington.
And Garcia and Abrams. So Alcantara with good speed at first base after reaching on the fielder's choice. One away. And the batter is Nico Horner. Cubs down 6-3 here in the bottom of the ninth. Ferrer, the left-hander, sets at the belt. The pitch popped up. Shallow right, going back Garcia. Racing in Cruz, and it's Cruz, the right fielder, who makes the catch. 2 away.
Ball hog. Garcia, the second baseman. This ball is only about 5 good strides into the outfield. The wind is blowing in, so it just keeps blowing it in, and Garcia gives way to Cruz, but it's a much easier play for the second baseman. He's just standing there. He's got a glove, too.
Comes down to their last out. Ian Happ at the plate, batting from the right side. The pitch is low from Ferrer, a changeup, 1-0. 6-3 Nationals after Washington rallied with 5 runs in the top of the frame to take the lead. Alcantara at first. The pitch. Inside, 2-0.
Now, if you're looking for a guy to have a good at-bat to try to get on base, this is the guy for the Cubs. Ian, he will take pitches. He will make the pitcher work. Cubs need another base runner to bring the tying run to the plate.
The 2-0 delivery. This one squirts off the glove of Alfaro, but not far enough for Alcantara to advance. 3-0 the count.
Now, this will be a guaranteed take by Ian, and maybe 2 in a row if Ferrer throws a strike.
Ferrer peers in, acknowledges the sign from Alfaro, looks at first. That's where Alcantara is. And now the 3-0, way outside. Ball 4.
Now that brings the tying run to the plate. That's what you're looking for in a situation like this for the Cubs. And now you got Suzuki, who's got big-time pop in his bat. He can launch one. And then in the on-deck circle, someone who's hit 2 already today in Carson Keller. Cubs need a big swing.
Wind blowing from right to left. Seiya digs in. 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. Outside.
That's 5 straight balls now that Ferrer's thrown.
Alcantara at second, Happ at first. Cubs down by 3. 2 away, bottom of the ninth. 1-0 the count on Seiya Suzuki. Lefty-righty matchup. Ferrer deals. Called strike. Bottom of the zone. Fastball at 99 miles per hour. 1-1.
That's the pitch Seiya will need to get one more time. He gets that pitch and gets the head out to it. That could tie the ball game.
Suzuki waits. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball hit to second, fielded by Garcia. He steps on the bag for the force, and that ends the ball game. The Nationals rally with a 5-run ninth inning and take the rubber match here at Wrigley Field, beating the Cubs 6-3.
A tough ball game on a